universe is a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter, silent, armed, and terrified. Because the moment you make a sound, something older and hungrier might hear it. And it will not say hello. It will erase you. That is the dark forest theory. And it might be the reason the sky has stayed quiet for 13 billion years. We have been shouting into that forest for decades. Radio waves, television signals, the Arecibo message, the Voyager golden records. We carved our exact location into the dark and mailed it out like a postcard. The dark forest says that was the most dangerous thing our species has ever done. Here's why. Imagine the galaxy as an endless black forest at night. You are standing in the trees with a rifle. You cannot see more than a few feet. Every snapped twig could be a deer, or it could be another hunter who has already decided you are a threat. There is no way to know which. So the only rational move is silence. If you call out, you might get an answer, or you might get a bullet. That is the core of the theory. Civilizations that survive long enough to reach the stars learn one rule above all others. Never announce yourself. The ones that break the rule do not last. Now let me tell you about a civilization that thought it was the exception. They were not type 1. They were not even type 2. They had become something closer to type 3. They had wrapped their entire star system in energy collectors. They moved planets. They rewrote the orbits of their neighbors for convenience. Their ships crossed the spiral arm the way we cross a city. For 20 million years, they were the loudest, brightest, most obvious presence in their region of the galaxy. They did not hide. They broadcast. They built monuments the size of moons and lit them so other species would see. They believed that any civilization advanced enough to notice them would also be advanced enough to cooperate. They were wrong. Something else had been watching the entire time. It had no name they could pronounce. It did not use radio. It did not use light. It moved through the dark matter scaffolding of the galaxy the way a shark moves through deep water, silent, patient, and utterly without curiosity about friendship. When it finally struck, the advanced civilization never even saw the first blow. One moment their outer detection nets registered nothing. The next, every star in their home constellation began to dim in perfect sequence. Not exploded, not destroyed in any dramatic way, just switched off, as if someone had found the master power line for an entire sector of the galaxy and pulled it. Their megastructures went dark. Their communication networks collapsed into static. Their colony worlds lost every satellite at the same instant. And then the real attack arrived. It was not a fleet. It was not a weapon in any sense they understood. It was a correction. A precise galaxy-scale edit that removed every trace of their existence from the cosmic record. No debris fields, no radiation signatures that would warn anyone else, just absence. Within 11 hours, the civilization that had ruled its arm of the Milky Way for epochs was gone so completely that even the light from their last moments would never reach another living eye. The forest had a new silence, and the thing that created it moved on without leaving a single footprint. That is what the dark forest predicts. Not war, not negotiation, just the quiet removal of anything loud enough to notice. Now look at us. We are still children in that forest. We have been screaming our location into the trees for less than a century. Our television signals are already more than 70 light years out. Anyone with right ears already knows we are here. The question the dark forest forces us to ask is simple and ugly. Is the silence we hear the silence of empty woods? Or is it the silence of hunters who already know exactly where we are and are simply deciding when to move? We like to believe the universe is full of friends waiting to meet us. The dark forest suggests something colder. The universe may be full of survivors, and survivors do not wave, they watch, they wait. And they stay very, very quiet. So the next time you look up at the night sky and wonder why no one is answered, remember the forest, remember the hunters. and ask yourself whether the smartest thing we ever did was also the most reckless.